Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we're doing a product preview on the new Soundstream VRCPAA-7DR. This is a DVD, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto unit. And very, very cool. Now, as always, we'll just start off with the specifications. So the general information is a 2-DIN chassis. It installs into most newer vehicles. It's got Apple CarPlay with Siri Assistant built in, Android Auto with Google Assist built in, DVD, CD, and front USB micro SD media playback, which you'll see that on the front here. Little flapper behind that little thing on the front there. We also have advanced FM AM tuner with RBDS data display. It accepts OEM steering wheel control wiring. It's got wireless direct select remote control included, 10-band digital audio EQ with user presets, front rear view camera with a 12-volt trigger, Bluetooth wireless connectivity, hands-free profile dials, receive calls, displays, log calls. It's got a phone book, caller ID, advanced distribution profile streams for audio wirelessly, which is quite nice. Dynamic user interface. It's got the 7-inch HD high resolution TFT LCD display, pinpoint accuracy, captive touch screen, large format user interface reduces distraction. So it's got nice, clean, concise icons on the actual unit itself. It also has rear USB audio video playback, MP3 WMMA files from 64 GB USB or micro SD, and the same with MP4. And we also have the ID3 MP3 tag reader on track for the artist information, audio video ins and outs, USB front, and AUX on the input are on the face, rear audio video input for media devices, dual RCA output for auxiliary monitors, and of course we've got front rear subwoofer out and 4-volt RCA outputs with a 300 watt 4-channel high power amplifier built in. That is a very cool unit. As I've said in many of my other videos before, absolutely love the remote, even though that's going to end up in the glove box. It is a very cool remote control. Comes with the side mounting brackets we can see down here, and I'll just grab them so you can see. So you've got your side mounting brackets, the power loom, speaker loom, and the other additional connections that may be required. CD slot in here. I've left the transit screws in, which are these 2 screws at the top. They must be removed if you want to play a DVD or a CD. And of course we've got the volume control on the front of the unit. Beautiful design, absolutely love this unit. And we'll just, while we've got you there, we'll spin the unit round so you can see the actual back of it. So you can see there, you've got your additional 2 plugs that you saw over there, your front, rear, it's left and right, and you can see your camera, subwoofer, reversing camera, video 1, video 2, and of course we've got some audio inputs and visual at the end there, and your aerial input. And very nice. You can see all the mounting screw options on the side, so it should be able to go straight into your factory housing. This is a fantastic unit. Really simplistic. You want to hit your Apple CarPlay, if the cable's plugged in, you just hit the different thing. You want to go into the radio, we've gone straight into radio. SD card, no device found, obviously, because I don't have one in there. CD, phone, USB, BT music. Really, really well laid out. You can see a little icon down here for going into your settings. So you got your system settings. So just stuck into system settings. You got your language, time, steering wheel control. So very well set out. You can see in here again, you've got your lighting detect, the wallpaper, the illuminations. It really is, and you can, when I'm tapping on this, is just so reactive. It's just straight off the bat. You can see your subwoofer going right down at 250, or you can turn it off. So, and your subwoofer level, EQs, loud, goodness controls are all sitting there, reverse camera, Bluetooth settings. So very, very nice unit. And sound-wise, it's a fantastic unit. And the good thing with this, You don't need to buy an amp. Having that full 300 watt built-in amplifier, I think it's around about the 30 to 40 RMS per channel. That's a lot of power. This unit does rely on a good power source. So in this, when you're dealing with units with this sort of power level, very important that the yellow wire is ran out to the battery and the earth is a good solid earth. So you might find if you're cranking the car on a cold morning or your battery's not full up to spec, you'll lose your radio and your steering wheel settings, because that when you crank it, obviously the levels will just drop below 8 or 9 volt, and then you've got to reset the settings. And now that's not common in your normal lower powered units, but when you've got an amplifier of that size built in, and also having the DVD player, all these other things are firing up at the same time, it really is best with these type of units to make sure that yellow wire's on a really good source, i.e. the battery under the bonnet, or if there's a nice big thick wire near the steering column on the key side, nice big thick permanent power is what you want it to be connected to, not a thin wire that just wouldn't be able to do the job. So all I can say is it is an absolutely fantastic unit. And if you'd like to find out more information about this unit, you can duck onto hifihq.com.au for Australia or hifihq.co.nz for New Zealand. And as I said, this is the Soundstream VRCPAA-7DR Apple CarPlay Android Auto unit with built-in DVD. In this part of the world, around the $899 mark. That price will vary depending on where you live, of course. You can imagine in this era that we're in 2022, freight costs are through the roof, so nothing's easy or cheap to get anywhere. So at the end of the day, it's a very well priced unit. It has fantastic sound, and as I said, Soundstream's been around for a long, long time. You would not be disappointed with this. And if you don't require the mechanism, there is another model the same as this without it, and I think it's a little bit cheaper, obviously, without having the mechanism in it. We've also got the owner's manual. We have the warranty card, and of course we do have the surround that clips on if required for the installation. So I hope you've enjoyed today's product preview of the new Soundstream VRCPAA-7DR Apple CarPlay Android head unit with DVD. And as I said, I really do appreciate you guys supporting AB Sound Advice, and I hope this information's been useful and you've got a bit of an idea what it looks like. And as I said, sound-wise, it's got a lot of power. You certainly won't need an amp. It'll drive you. If you've got factory speakers or you upgrade your speakers to something a bit more substantial, you'll be able to run it directly off the unit. And of course, the last little thing you'll see here, I'll just open that little thing behind there. Behind that little door, you can see you've got your USB and the 3.5 auxiliary in. So, all right, guys. Well, again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice, and we'll see you next time.